Hi everyone, my name is Bhavan and I graduated from Monash with a bachelor's in business and commerce, majoring in economics and banking and finance. I am currently a global Maybank apprentice with Malayan Banking Berhad and am currently rotating in group sustainability. I work for Maybank. It is the largest organization in Malaysia by market cap, and it's also one of the largest banks in ASEAN. So I've been working for just over 2 years and I absolutely love it. People here are really willing to help. Everyone is so approachable regardless of ranks. There's really no hierarchy when it comes to work and willingness to lend a helping hand. And so to me, that says a lot about a company. So winning the Maybank Go Ahead Challenge back in 2018 was a really momentous occasion for me. It all began in year one when I saw Maybank setting up a booth near the library and I was really curious to know more about it. And so I signed up back when I was in year one. Unfortunately, that year I was not able to join due to some personal reasons. So when Maybank set up the booth again in year three, I thought, this was my last year in university and I decided to join the Maybank Go Ahead Challenge, especially having heard all the great things about it. I personally wanted to see where I stood, when compared to my peers, and I really wanted to experience the challenge for myself. And so that was just really the motivation behind it. So I think this is really interesting. I spent my first week in Maybank basically understanding the whole building, identifying important or crucial landmarks such as cafes, convenience stores, photostat shops, and so on. I also spent a lot of time in my first week making friends, getting to know my bosses a little bit better. I think that was really, really important because these are the people that you're going to work with for a long time. And it's really important to have a strong support group so that in the event that you ever need help, you have somewhere or somebody to go to. And I thought that was basically how I spent my first week. So my first month in Maybank was pretty much similar to my first week. I spent my time making a lot of friends, especially those from different departments, just so I could get an understanding of the different things that was going on in the department, how everything worked together, and what were the different things that the bank was working on. I also spent a lot of time, getting to know my bosses, meeting new bosses from different departments, going out for lunches with them, and just spending some time just to build my network at the bank. And then there's also some time spent after work at the bank where I would use the gym or there was a TV room with my colleagues just to basically, form a more meaningful bond. So for me, that first month was all about getting to know people, building a connection and a network, and so that you have a strong support group. So yeah, that was my first month at Maybank. So I currently rotate in group sustainability, and for those of you guys who don't know, sustainability is a growing area, not just across the banks, but across organizations all across the world. And what this means is that a lot of the work that we do today will set the tone and the direction for the bank and all the other organizations moving forward. For me, my wow moment came about when I was working on a few research decks and drafting a few policies and frameworks, which were then presented directly to my CEO and my Chief Sustainability Officer. And knowing that, that sense of pride and ownership for me was the wow moment, knowing that all of that hours was worth it. So I think for me, the most valuable advice would be to always form a strong network of connection in the banks. And this can include making friends with colleagues of the same department, different department, bosses, or anyone throughout the bank, right? Because, you never know when you will need help and these people may, come in handy. And over and above that, I think these are the people that you will be working with for a very long time. And so having that strong support group and people that you can rely on is very important. I think also parallel to this is that a lot of young graduates don't realize the importance of lunch invitations. So a lot of times, people, when they've put in a lot of hard work during the first half of the day, and when they get a lunch invitation, they tend to decline it, mainly because they want to spend that 1 hour alone. But to me, I think it's really important to accept as many lunch invitations as you can, primarily because these are the only chances you'll get to mingle with your bosses and get some knowledge from them, which could be very, very useful. So yeah, I think those are my advices that I think is really important.